Private businesses cannot be trusted because they are not accountable to the people, and we need someone who's accountable to the people. That's why we need government, because government is accountable to the people.
That is the biggest crock of crap I've ever heard. And it's actually pretty easy to debunk. All you have to do is look at what actual real accountability is supposed to look like and hold it up side by side with the fake accountability of politicians and compare the two. And the difference is night and day. This is probably the easiest thing ever to debunk. And this is Black Libertarian. I'm black and I'm a libertarian. I love having debates with people. So if you think that I got anything wrong in this video, go down and leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Let's get started. So let's debunk the myth that politicians are accountable to the voters. So the first thing we need to do is take a look at what actual accountability is supposed to look like. Imagine that you and I had an agreement that you would buy an iPad from me for $500. So you give me the $500, but then I don't give you the iPad. Instead, I laugh at you and I run away. In that situation, I would have a moral obligation to either give you what I promised or give you back the money. And if I don't do either one of those, then I am a thief, obviously. Now, imagine that that happened. Is there anything that you can do to force me to do the right thing? Well, there is. You might have a number of options. Call the police and explain to them that you gave me $500. I promised I would give you the iPad, and then I laughed at you and told you that you're going to get nothing. What are my options? You can ask the police. Another thing you could do is you could sue me, take me to court. You could take me to court and tell the judge, hey, judge, I gave this person all this money. The person said that they would give me an iPad, and they didn't do it. And the judge might be able to do things like order me to pay the money. Or maybe you could even do something like put a lien on my car, or maybe a lien on my house, or maybe you could do something like garnish my wages, or maybe you could have something like put me in jail, or something. It's not the case that I could simply just walk away like nothing ever happened. There would be something that you could do to force me to do the right thing. Now that is true accountability. That's what real accountability looks like. What real accountability is that if I violate your rights, if I lie to you, if I defraud you, there are things that you can do to force me to do the right thing. Now, let's compare that to the fake accountability of these politicians. What does that look like? Well, let's see. Politician comes up to you and says, give me your tax money, and then I promise to do X, Y, Z. Fill in the blank, whatever it is. So then you give him the tax money, and then he makes absolutely no attempt to do the thing that he promised to do. Well, the same rules would apply. If that politician really was accountable to you, then that means that politician has a moral obligation to either do what he promised to do or give you back the tax money. And if he doesn't do either one of those things, he is evil. He is a thief. He is a scammer. Whatever you want to call him. He's a bad person. What can you do to him to force him to do the right thing? Can you call the police? Call the police. Hey, police! I have this there's this politician. He promised that he would do X, Y, Z if I gave him money. I gave him the money, and he didn't do X, Y, Z. You know what the police are going to tell you? They're going to tell you to go take a hike. They're going to tell you that's what you can do. Those are your options. Your options are to go take a hike. All right. Can you take the politician to court and say, hey, he said that he would do all this stuff for me if I gave him the money. I gave him the money. He didn't do the stuff. Can you put a lien on his house? Put a lien on his car? Well, no. Can't do any of that. Can you garnish the politician's wages? No. Can't do that either. Can you put him in jail? Well, given the track record of politicians not going to jail when they obviously should, no, you're not going to put him in jail either. He's not going to go to jail. So what can you do? What can you do to force him to either give you back the money or do what he promised to do? What can you do to force him? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's absolutely nothing you can do. He gets to do as much evil as he wants with impunity. And nobody can force him to give back anything that he stole. And nobody can force him to keep any of his promises. Now, what some of you might be thinking is that that's not fair for me to say that, because he actually is accountable, because what we can do is we can vote him out of office and we can vote somebody else into office. But that's not accountability. That's not true accountability, because what you're saying in that case is that the politician can do as much evil as he wants, steal as much money as he wants, lie as much as he wants, and then after he's had his fill of evil, he can simply just walk away like nothing ever happened. Just walk away like nothing ever happened. That's not accountability. That's not what true accountability is. If you look at what actual accountability is supposed to look like, and you compare that to the fake accountability of the politicians, it is night and day. If this was a Venn diagram, one of those Venn diagrams where you have two interlocking circles, all right, what this would be would just be two circles. It would just be two circles with no commonality in between. There is nothing about the relationship between private individuals that is anything in the ballpark of the relationship between you and the state. There's absolutely no similarities. There is no accountability going on here. Politicians are not accountable to voters. And the ability to vote them out of office and just never vote them back in, that's not accountability. Real accountability can only happen when both parties are equal under the law, so that no party is above the law. And politicians, the government, is above the law. They can simply declare their own actions to be legal. They don't have to worry about any of the consequences that you and I would have to worry about, that a private business would have to worry about. So, no, it's not true that politicians are more accountable than private businesses. It's actually the opposite. Private businesses are more accountable to you than the politicians. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any objections, if you agree, if you disagree, leave a comment down below. I reply to every comment. And make sure you like and subscribe if you like this video. There's more to come.